people caring about you. You know, but you're from Saipan, and they just don't care about Saipan. The U.S. government doesn't care about us. The church doesn't care. But we care about you, Sloppy, so don't worry. You're still okay.
All right.
Wait, like really, like, you know,
like really, they're not. I talked with Brother Freddie, my serial, yesterday, and he says he's going to try to follow up. But the last word we got, the stake president can't access your files. They just told him that it's in process.
Process?
Wait, where?
You know,
they have like a 2-bit computer over there, I swear. Holy cow.
You got 2 what?
Nothing.
A cheap computer, he says.
Well, you didn't like my computer here?
No. The church's computer in Saipan is not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Or whatever, whatever process they're doing, it just.
No, it's in Salt Lake.
Whatever.
Hey, Val, can you still see us right now?
Yeah, it jumps back and forth.
Oh, good. Because I'm going to try to manage the document as well as the video. But if you can see and hear us, that's a good thing.
Yeah, you can. You know how to put the document on the desk. You can just put it right on the. You can put it so we can see your screen. You know how to do that, right?
Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, that's good.
So you can just jump back and forth. You want to look at the document, just put it on your screen.
Okay, good idea.
Is Arthur there?
Is Arthur downstairs?
Yeah, downstairs. Oh.
Hi, Sloppy. Your swimming buddies miss you.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you see them?
Yeah, I see. I go there I'm coaching there on Fridays, and there's a swim meet this next weekend.
That's cool.
And they mostly miss you because they have to get their own rides now.
No, Christian has a car now.
Yeah, but he's not as good a driver as you. You're better at picking them up.
Yeah, no, Christian can't drive as much because his car uses more gas.
Is he right? Is he using the pickup?
No, he uses a pickup sometimes, but he uses that RAV4, but it still uses more gas.
Yeah, the Echo's pretty good for gas.
Yeah. Yeah, the gas here burns up fast because when you go on the freeway, it just burns it up.
Oh, what does?
Going on the freeway just burns up the gas.
Oh, well.
But the gas here is pretty cheap, so.
Comparatively.
Yeah, I think what's the gas over there? 350 maybe?
349, I think. Yeah, almost 350.
Oh, when I was there, it was over 5.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we don't drive that far.
Yeah, true.
I spend $20, $25 a week. Of course, I ride my bike whenever I can.
I could spend more than that if we go to Salt Lake.
My bike goes real far.
Going to Salt Lake will take like a little bit more than half tank.
Hey, I saw a video of the transit train hit I think it's a FedEx truck.
Uh-oh.
But the truck was okay. It just tore the light didn't work. But he was across the track and it just took out his trailer.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. When I see like pickups with stuff in the back, I never drive behind them because I'm scared like something's gonna fly in and just break the front windshield and kill me or something.
Yeah, well, don't go across the train track.
What are those like barbed wires? Man, those ones scare me when they're transferring those.
So you swimming?
Yeah, I'm working
at the gym
rec center, so I just swim there, and I was able to get a master's swim coach. Our master's swim team coach.
Oh, good. All right.
So he's gonna teach me more. I'm not gonna be working on distance. He's gonna teach me more of I'm gonna get more taught of the sprinting.
Okay.
And so the gym's right there. So if I need like any workouts, he'll just. Yeah, I guess I can make him follow me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you do need workouts. Not if you do.
No, but
yeah, see,
I was able to make I wasn't even going that fast, but I was able to make 24 seconds and a 25-yard.
Oh, yeah, 24. That's, wow. That's almost, well, because yards is shorter than the meters.
Yeah, if you, I converted it. If you add I think wait, I forgot how many minus. Wait, it was every 20, 5,
Well,
10.
it's faster to the
Every
shorter.
11. Wait, is it 10? Just put 10.
No, but remember,
Every
Slope, the shorter pool is faster anyway because of the turns.
yeah, it is. I know. That's how I was able to beat Christian is because of the turns. That's mostly why I beat him. If it was a 50-meter course, he might have gotten me on more of the events. But I have better turns than him.
Yeah, well, right now you're getting that elevation training.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
It'd be nice. It'd be nice if we could get you here for the March International meet. You come here all acclimatized and do a good job.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, Slope, you talk with Ashley?
Yeah. They actually, I don't know if Grandma will let me do this, but Ashley, Mayana wants us to go to San Diego for like 3 days. But if Grandma will accept that, I don't know.
You have to give. Well, you know what, Slope? It's your time to be responsible. So if you're going there, you need to get somebody to cover for you. You got cousins. You got Nathan's right there. He's got twin daughters that would be happy to come cover for you.
Cover me for what?
Cover for what?
Well, if I'm gonna need any cover, it'll probably be lifeguarding. That's the big one.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you don't want. You're right. You just started that job. You don't want to do that.
No, but I've been helping those guys a lot. Those guys are always down to guard, and I just stay there.
Oh, good. Right on.
Well,
but Grandma says you're a big help there. That she can really count on you when Grandpa needs help.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be a good experience to go.
To go to California
and spend time with Ashley.
It doesn't matter about us.
That would.
It'll only be.
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to sleep. I don't have to eat. Just take care of him. You guys just go.
See, I don't think she doesn't like it.
No, slow feed. Also the lifeguarding job. You just started. You don't want to leave and having to start.
Hey, are you going to join us by phone or by video, or are you going to join us?
No, are you going to be? Let's see, tomorrow. Where will you be tomorrow? Will you be home? Will you be available?
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a schedule there of who's going to be there. I'm going to this.
Well, sure. If you want a live video and see Val and Dad and all that. Otherwise, I'll just keep you on the phone and you can get audio.
He's a good guy. He is.
Who's that, Camille?
I don't think but anyways,
Yes.
If any of them are having trouble with that, or if he's starting to have a bowel movement or something, if you absolutely. Well, from 7 until 5.
Okay. Yep, I'd be glad to be on call.
Okay, you don't have.
On
I
call.
teach after.
Oh, that's what they call
I
it.
teach
On
after
call.
at 3. So.
Hey, Julie, I'm going to let you go while I just see what's up with Camille.
Do you want me to check?
Oh,
Okay.
that's Julie. Hi, Julie.
She's gonna try to connect on the Google Hangout.
Oh, okay.
You're trying her.
Camille?
Yeah, I'll try Maya then.
Look at this guy. Everyone's here, and then that guy's 1,500 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one here.
Does anybody know where Mary Star is?
1,500. Who are you talking? Slow-fee.
What do you say? You cut out.
Slow-fee, 1,500 miles. That doesn't even get me to Hawaii.
Oh, my bad. Like 3,000.
Like 6,000.
Oh, 6,000. Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, 'cause those planes move at like 500 some miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, when you're cruising, you're going
Sounds
close
like
to, you're going close to
I was in
600.
a 14-hour ride, 14-hour or 12-hour.
Machine?
So
Yeah.
12 times 500.
600 miles an hour, and it's about 10 hours.
No, I think ours is 12 hours to Chicago.
Yeah.
You use.
Oh yeah, Chicago's more than 6,000.
Uh-huh.
You're always writing the grant 6,000 miles off the coast of California.
Yeah.
So you're another. Hey, hello, Camille. That's Camille.
Oh, there's Camille.
There she is. Hey, you brought
Hey,
a
where'd
visit.
you get that little girl?
Hi. Go kisses.
Cute.
Oh man, Camille, you're gonna have to bring her here and be friends with Dixie.
She has a better view of this.
Oh, absolutely. It's warm there.
It's warm here. She can go in the ocean,
Yeah.
and she'll have all kind of boys. That
Oh, so are you on?
Kisses.
Dixie's gonna be outnumbered. She's gonna be the one
Is she
small
coming out?
girl and 4 boys.
Bye.
Go to the
So if you bring that girl out here, there'll be more of a balance.
Oh. But you did that?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
click to watch.
There we go.
I did watch. I see that.
Yeah.
You want this?
And then when you click on the link, it sends me to Google Hangout, but then I'm the only one on the call. There's no one else there.
Nathan.
Try that one again.
What's going on?
Nathan, I put 2 links on it. If it gets bottlenecked, you can just go to the broadcast,
Oh, and watch.
so they can watch it and do a selfie.
Yeah. But are you trying to access it on your phone or on your computer? Oh, okay. So, well, I don't know. Seems like you'd have a better connection, but I don't know.
Where's me? Where's Clover?
But go ahead and try. If it doesn't work, call this phone back and we'll just give you audio. Okay. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Nathan, like I said, she could watch. She could watch on the broadcast, and then talk.
How will she talk to us? Just over the phone?
Yeah, she could talk to you on the phone and just watch on the broadcast.
Okay.
Because that was what you can do. Because you can have hundreds watching on the broadcast.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
But the actual discussion, it gets bogged down after about 4 or 5.
Okay.
Depending on how a connection is.
I didn't say hi to you. How are you, Dad? No one on here.
Okay, I'll bring.
So do we have a camera for him?
Yes. We're because we're sharing the entire screen.
It's all right. I can see myself.
Do you need me to hang up
I'll-
if you have more?
No, you stay there, Camille.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
lowercase.
I can't. I'm in a dead spot.
52 for EST. That's why I'm hooking up the Wi-Fi.
We're seeing
You can call.
We're seeing your screen, Nathan.
Yeah. In other words, you see yourself.
Yep, I see myself on your screen.
Yeah, I want people to see that if they're joining us.
Yep, and then you can switch back and forth. Works good.
Yeah.
Just on a crest or on a crest avenue.
Yeah.
Just on
That's all.
Yeah.
You hand me those papers of ones.
This.
You took your assignment. Your assignment. You gave us 2 questions to come ready for, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have to have 2 questions.
No, Grandma had 2 questions for us.
Oh.
All right, 5200. Capital O.
In A.
5200.
Okay.
Capital O. Then. A.
Oh, hello,
Better.
Mary.
Are you up enough? Are you
Hey,
comfortable
Val.
there? Okay.
Hello, Grandma. Grandpa.
Hello, Val.
Hi, can you see us?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can see right. That's what he sees.
So.
Yep.
there.
Yep. I can see what you see on Nathan's screen.
Okay, Val,
Yeah.
please let Sloopy go on his mission first before he does anything else. When are we gonna get
You
his?
want me- Let me share a secret with you, Mom. When the child turns 18 years old, you just become an advisor. And Sloopy is 19, so I can give him advice. Mary can give him advice. You can give him advice. And he's a good kid. He'll do the right thing. What would help though is if we had a mission call. Right now, he doesn't have a mission call.
Why
He's
not?
still on our roster as being at risk because he's not on his mission. I had to print up a list for the bishop, and his name's on there of concern of
Prospect
people that we're
development.
concerned about because they're not on their mission. So now I'm in trouble. The bishop's in trouble, and it's your fault.
Well, he's really a terrific help here with Grandpa.
He needs to get that. Dad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Sloopy's got an assignment. He needs you to tell him that story about Keith Renstrom when you were missionaries. He needs to record that story. He can use his phone, record the story, and then go visit Keith Renstrom and get his side of the story.
Well, you can text over Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't have his number. I know Kyle does, but I don't.
Okay, Dad?
You accept that
You
assignment?
remember Keith, don't you?
We can get you.
Keith Renstrom, your Hawaiian companion?
Well, yeah, we had plenty of companions.
Oh, no, but Keith Renstrom, he's the one who served in the Army, or in the Marine Corps.
The
In
Marine
Saipan.
Corps.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, you need to tell that story to Sloopy, and he records it, and then have him go see if there's any way he can visit Keith Renstrom and get his side of the story.
Yeah.
And then we'll share that story on Family Search and on our webpage, and you're going to be famous.
And if
Maybe even get rich off from it.
and the people do not repent, then the missionary is off.
We want to share that
But if-
on
Use
May
it.
26th. We're having a program here and at the American Memorial Park Theater. And I want
yeah.
in that museum, there's a picture of Keith. He's got a big picture on the wall there. So I want to share that story about you and him.
That applies to older kids. You can't rule them.
So work with Sloopy and have Sloopy record the story, and then go get Keith's side of the story, and we'll have fun sharing that.
I just sent him a text as well.
He usually does these.
Mhm.
Shake.
Hey, Camille, you still with us?
Yep.
Do you want to pick a month or two for family dinners while we're waiting?
What's available?
Can you see it on your screen? Oh, I got to share my screen, don't I?
I
Okay.
can see you just fine. So where'd Sloopy go? Where's
Can you see
Sloopy
me?
and Arthur?
You're outside.
There we go.
Now I see nothing.
All right, Camille, do you see?
Oh, okay. I should take 2.
One or two?
January's over. Can I do January?
Sure.
I can do.
Well, oh,
I'll do May.
May. Do you have an event or just being nice?
This be nice.
Mary, are you still okay with November, December?
I'm okay with that if everyone else is. I kind
Who in the world is not okay with that?
Oh, Jacob's coming home already?
Jared's coming home in August.
Well, you got her in May.
Oh, does Julia want May?
It says Camille Jacob homecoming.
Oh, that's Julia adding to there.
Oh yeah, let Julia take that. I didn't know that's when he's coming home. I'll do June instead.
Very good.
That's often a summer camp out activity kind of thing, right, June or July or something.
August is really better, 1st of August before school starts. Because that's when the general shortage takes the month off.
The whole month of August they take off.
And there are fewer church activities in August. They usually do them in June, July. The Girls Camp and the Boy Scouts and everything.
What do we got on the screen now?
So now, you got Camille there.
He has them in the house. Oh, well, where's Mom? That's what we're doing. And Miss Julia.
Hello.
Hey, Julia.
Yeah.
Wait, is that?
I tried to go into the link and I downloaded. And I went to your Hangout thing.
Hey, Maya, can you hear us as well?
Oh.
Okay, so maybe we ought to begin, and then if Fawn joins us, that's great. Mom's first item of business was family dinners, Sunday dinners. And we've got February, April, September, and October.
Okay, I've got you on my computer now.
Okay, so do you want to hang up the phone?
Yep.
There you go. And then Maya, you're still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so do you want to choose a month for family dinners? You got April, September, October.
I don't know. I can do April.
Okay. Julia, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, do you want to take September or October for family dinner? Oh, wait, you've got May. You've got May. Never mind. Okay, so we'll see if Vaughn or John wants to take any of those. Okay.
I just wrote those down.
Hey, so I think we'll just begin with hearing from Dad if he has anything to say, and then we'll jump into the second item of business. So, Dad, you ready to talk? Okay. And
Oh, there we are. Hello, Dad. Oh.
okay, there you go. They can see you. Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
I want to just repeat to you folks. Say about 12 letters. They are, they're on your screen in such a way as to. What's that going on there?
She's saying hi to Grandpa. Great granddaughter Marley.
Well, anyway, at the top of a triangle, you put down Val's name along with the sword. That's anticipating what will be happening in the next number of months or so. And so that will be the person I would choose for the first one on the triangle. Just below him would be Vaughn. And he would have
The apple press.
Oh, you get the notebook there?
I have the notebook.
That's great.
Well, the apple press was next one.
Well, besides that, there's no besides the
Or the
apple.
painting. Painting in your living room.
And that's too cheap.
I'm not cheating. There's the notebook. There's the painting of the apple press. Different notebook. Here's the formal buffet.
What's that?
And what did you want
That's
to
what
get
I
in
got.
that?
I knew the next one down on the triangle would be John. John comes later. You got one more before we get to John. You got to figure out things are. Oh. Anyway, trying to sort out these precious items from the home and making part of the assignment would be prefer this later, but it's prefer to be on the sidelines. The third one would be John, and he's got that statue of the fellow grasping the object on the video, so that he would be counted to be the third person on the list. Mom, jump in here if you want to.
You also said the torch for John.
For who?
John?
The Olympic torch.
No, comes before that would be the statue at John's home.
Yeah.
With
The Indian brothers.
The hands wall, the hands clasping each other.
What, one hand lifting the other person up.
Yeah.
Does it ring a bell for anybody besides these? Anyway, I thought that of all of the different items that we had, that John would be the one to receive it, and then maybe we could do something special with Vaughn. What did I have on that list, Dixie?
For Vaughn,
For Vaughn, yes.
the apple juicer, and the painting in the living room.
Well, I guess that you're putting down for the torch.
For John?
Then after John, we'd have Julia, and she's expressed an interest in having that fancy table that we have in the kitchen. Her primary. Yes. Yes. The other piano. And then under that one,
Me?
yes, he's getting that big desk that's in the study.
And Mom wanted to give him an encyclopedia set.
Yeah, he can have the world book.
For a marshmallow roast.
Yeah, it was a.
And Mary Jo was requested an interest in long diamond. A gift from her mother. And I think an appropriate one. And then you'd have Camille, Maya. And her, the China, yeah. And that takes care of the major contributions must be come for those later. And there's time to consider. What each of you need to do is to take your prize and put the name of them on your computer, and you're going to see it. Why you get that? There are more items that would be great for us. The rest of you, as you meet and talk with each other, you might find one that would like to trade with you. Know that they have a completely unvarnished. So I just want to thank the members of this group that putting it together. I don't know where the hope is.
Is that dog at your place, Nathan?
No.
Yes,
Dog.
Probably my dog.
That's Julia.
Sorry.
That's Julia. Here, it's okay, Julia. I'll just, there we go. Okay.
So run down that list real fast. Nate?
Well, have Mary do it then.
You want me to tell it to you again?
Yeah.
Val, the sword, because of his military service and his accordion. Vaughn was the apple juicer and the painting in the living room. And John, the torch and the wall sculpture holding hands. Julia, the kitchen table and Dad's reading teaching materials. Nate, she chose the heavy desk with in Mom's office. Or there's a couple other choices for you, Nate, on here when we were talking about it. But Camille, the piano. Mary, the Grandma Jones's ring. Maya, Grandma Jones's china. And an old trunk. Don't know what that.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Is there a lot of stuff in the old trunk? Did she
There's
get
one of the
everything in it?
Jones knit.
Oh, one of the knit sweaters. It's on the list
It's
here.
beautiful.
Yeah. There were a few other things that Dad wanted us to discuss if anybody wanted, or how to work out who gets the grandfather clock. Mom's amazing sewing machine.
Okay.
It's a pretty heavy duty one. But.
Okay.
Now you fail some other items that I didn't think of. You can call them out now, and if not, hold your pieces until the next meeting.
Fluffy wants the lawnmower.
Thanks for your listening to the distribution of all of these items. Thank you.
Well, we've from Mom's email, we've got about 8 things to cover if we have time. I don't know if we want to try and go in order or just of importance.
I'd like to follow through on this.
Go ahead. Which item?
Order? Okay. Now, all these are material things that Dad is listing. And actually, if he passes away and I'm still alive, then I'm the first one in line to inherit everything. And
Mine,
so
see.
he'll be using the sewing machine and the desk and the tables and those things, having the piano here. But you're overlooking the greatest gift that your dad has to give to you. The same gift that Lehi gave to his sons, Alma gave to his sons, and many of the prophets gave to their sons before the prophet passed away. And that was a blessing. And I hope that sometime when you feel the need, when you feel the desire, you would call and make an appointment with Dad to give you a patriarchal blessing.
That would be a father's blessing.
He's our patriarch.
Okay.
He's your patriarch. You can't give it a blessing to anybody else outside the family. Okay, so proceed.
Well, so I don't know if you want to talk about logistics or just leave that as an open invitation.
That's an open invitation
Okay.
to each individual to
Okay.
consider it. Forget it if you don't want it. But if you do want it, I suggest that you do it while Dad's mind is clear. And his mind is clear most of the time unless I scream at him. And then he's frozen up for the rest of the day.
So here's our possible choices. Talk about if anyone in the family offends you, what to do about it. There's a summer outing. There's times when mom needs help with dad. Spending time with the youth of our family. Mom's concerned about her responsibility within the family. How can we improve life for dad? And traditions. Anybody want to start us, or do you want to just go from the top?
Oh, all of you are muted except for me and Nathan. So if you want to say something, you can click and unmute.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so item number 2, if anyone offends you, please talk it over with that person, etc. Any other comments about that?
Just I've mentioned that many times before. One of the questions has to do with traditions. And my family, parts of the family going back and into the ancestors, there are several strains that have the tradition of holding a grudge and don't talk to the person that they're mad at. And that is a terrible tradition that I would like to erase and get rid of. My sister Barbara one time was offended by somebody else in the family and made her pretty upset. And then a week or so later, somebody said that person wants to talk to you. And somebody else said, don't talk to him because he made you mad. And Barbara said, oh, am I supposed to still be mad at him? So she didn't think that was necessary. You express your dislike of what somebody does to you, but you don't have to hold on to it forever and ever. And my sister is wonderful about letting things like that go. And then there are some very good, wonderful traditions that go through many of our ancestors, such as the love of working. And our firstborn really picked up that tradition very well. He doesn't know anything bad about working. He just loves to work, and he came that way to our home as a child. He always had one foot up, ready to go someplace, some adventure, some project. And he's not going to grow old because he always has that attribute of loving to work. And I hope that we can hold on to that. And I hope that some of you, the rest of you, would think of some traditions that you like about our family, and maybe some that you don't like. Because we have a chance now, while we're alive, to change the world. Because families create the mood and the principles and the laws that come from families having rules within their home, and then that spreads out, like you can see demonstrated in our family group sheet. We have 92 people in our family right now, starting out with just the two of us. And so, along with your lives and your births and all the traditions that we have started are going to go with you. And I want you to discard the bad ones and magnify the good ones and think of some new creative ones if you'd like.
And not in the enzyme family.
There's an article in the Ensign about family counsel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. There are quite a few articles. I have some of them here talking about family counsel.
Okay, so give me a little feedback. I listed a couple of family traditions we already have, such as the Sunday dinners. The Liver Day, the family councils, juicing apples, and the Maple Mountain hike.
Hello, Vaughn. Hey, you're not on with us on the.
Do you want to add to it by memory or something brand new that you'd like to begin?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's jump to the summer outing then. What's your thoughts about that?
Hey, can I tell you a couple other family traditions that we have? They're not specific dates, but they are things like showing respect to our parents or elders. And this topic may have come from a paper I had to interview Mom and Dad for. And it was about traditions that go back in our families. And Dad has such respect for his parents and love and gratitude that he can't tell you a single thing whenever they did wrong. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good tradition.
Any ideas for the summer outing this year? And maybe we can even get a date to save. We're looking at Bear Lake again or something brand new?
Bear Lake.
Anyone want to try St. George?
Right here.
Jamie would, St. George.
Wow. We could do hiking or, I don't know. There's lots of fun things to do down there.
There's really nice hikes in St. George and good bird watching.
And two at one place.
Not this weekend.
If we did St. George, would we want to change our time so it's a little earlier or later in the summer so that we don't hit the hottest times?
Yes.
Do you propose early or late summer? Early June or late August? Seems like we'd want to go early, wouldn't it? Because school starts so early for us.
About spring break?
What? In
Okay.
June, I think June would work good if it was like that second week in June, the 9th and 10th, or that weekend.
So,
Okay.
So, yeah.
Penciled in. But yeah. Ish. Okay.
June 9th and 10th. When do you think kids are on at camp that week?
All right. Mary is suggesting that Maya be in charge. All in favor?
What? If Bill will be my co-host, then I'll do it.
What would our expenses look like?
Oh my gosh, it'll be like $1 million. It'll be okay. I don't know. Depends if we want to camp or if we want to check out Airbnbs and unlimited budget. Sweet Vaughn, will you pay for everything, but I'll plan it?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun! I can't wait.
You just got to find one of those Airbnbs that has a mansion and it's only $50 a night.
Oh my gosh, I totally can do that. That's so easy. I'll look into something. We'll see what we can find.
All right. Hey, Maya, I'll help you with that too. Jamie and I have lots of ideas for St. George.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Okay. Many people in the family and neighborhood tell me that they would like to tend to Dad when I need help. I prefer calling on family members first. When I ask for help or issue invitations, do you parents pass it on to your children as you see appropriate? Do you want, is that just a comment or we need to fix what's happening?
It's just, you don't have to fix anything. It's a suggestion for the benefit of the young children, not too young, but the teenagers, I should think, the youth of the family, that I think for their own good, that they would do what they learn in priesthood meeting, in scouting, and young women, that it's wonderful to serve others. And I would love to see them come over and want to serve Grandma and Grandpa. Be glad to pay them if they do something regular like the Terry girls do, where I can depend on them coming and doing some cleaning or yard work. But I think it would be in their favor if they could remember in the future, if they could remember back that they helped their grandparents once we're gone, and think that it's okay being grandparents when you have families come and help. And just like I enjoyed helping my mother and father when they were dealing with age issues, it makes me feel good that I was able to do that. I don't want anybody coming begrudging me, but I would like to have the young people participate in this help that you parents are so willing to do. another issue is that fortunately I haven't gotten sick. Had some episodes where I couldn't function for a while, but not so long that Dad was being neglected. My sister is by herself in an apartment or in a home, and the Wyson family have a deal that one of them has the responsibility of calling her once every day, just to see that she's upright and she's okay. Because it's possible for her to pass out and lay on the floor for a long time without any help. Now, in my case, there's two of us here, but if I pass out, I'm on the floor, then both of us are in big trouble. And if you call and I'm supposed to be home and I don't answer, then I'd like you to investigate. Because I may have fallen down the bathtub drain. I know, I may be out of commission. And you need to come and help Dad and me. If Dad isn't capable of getting up and help. We can't even get up to get the phone.
I have trouble getting into I try to call Mom and your machine answers most of the time.
John calls me most days.
But I run into the phone's busy half the time, so I just have to keep trying.
You know why? What's using up your phone?
What's wrong with my phone?
Exactly. How come they're getting the busy signal?
Someone's talking on the phone over there.
I need to check that out.
But are you talking on the phone a lot, or is it
No.
get knocked off the hook?
I think
It just goes to her answering machine when I call.
That's busy signal.
I'll have to watch that.
I know I can't get in there because it doesn't recognize my number, and it just blocks me. I can't.
Bow.
I got a text from Mom this week. Have to do that. Is that on your phone? Or on the computer?
On the computer.
On the computer?
Yeah. I need to.
Would you like us to have a schedule of people calling you every day, or what would you like?
I think that'd be a good idea to not let too many days go by without calling. Don't hear something.
We can certainly do better than the Wysons.
The competition. Yeah, I'll have to check that phone. If I leave it off the hook in the study, then you'll get a busy signal. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are there
I just
certain
wanted to
days
comment
that,
on Mom's comment.
Go ahead.
Mom, I think you should accept any offer of help, that you should nurture and encourage people in the neighborhood and ward to come over and not worry that it's going to displace the grandkids. I think you ought to get Megan back on a regular schedule so she's coming to help even though the boys are there, just so you can spread this around.
I agree.
How do you feel about that?
No, he's saying not to accept the grandkids.
No, he's not saying that. He's saying accept the help of neighbors and not wait for grandkids to step in and let Megan come back and then let the grandkids be on top of that. If you have the regular help, then let them fill in.
Well, Vaughn, are you on the line?
Yes.
That was my opinion.
Well, okay, well, Andrew and Ethan, your kids have been very generous in asking me what they could do to help, and they have helped when they're in town. And I think that builds character.
And I agree. It's just that they would do it just as much if you had more people coming in. That wouldn't scare them away.
Yeah. Boston was a big help when he came over, when he first came home from his mission. And that helps to develop a relationship with them. I wish that I could have each one of the grandchildren here, like Salofi and Arthur are. Because I feel really good about Salofi and Arthur. I feel close to them.
Yeah, Slofi's mentioned that he enjoys studying scriptures and that he's learning stuff that he didn't learn from here. He feels like his time with you is getting him more ready for his mission.
Yes, Salofi is exceptionally good in getting Grandpa in the bathroom and lifting him and helping him and talking with him, that he gets his job done. He's a coach. He's Grandpa's coach as they're exercising.
As a heads up, I've got to leave in 7 minutes, and most of what's happening here is being held together by my laptop. So with 7 minutes left, do we want to talk about how to improve life for Dad, or the responsibility of Grandma as a matriarch, or both?
I have an answer for both of them that
Okay.
I've been thinking of. And I think everyone will support me on this, but I think Mom's number one responsibility right now is to take care of herself. And that means to not stress about other things that we can take care of. And I know that helps Dad to do better if Mom is more relaxed. Sorry, that's not what you want to hear, but I know that's.
Okay. Well, I know I could use some more sleep.
Yes. So yes, you need to get
But
that.
I can't sleep. But a very good thing happened this week I haven't told you about. Is John and Diane on?
No.
I wanted to thank them for inviting Salofi to go target shooting.
All right, really enjoyed that. Salofi is S-A-L-O-F-I, not P.
I have a Sophie who has a PH in her name.
Yeah, that's a different Sophie. This is Samoan Salofi.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd like to see Mom going swimming every morning, if not every other morning.
I agree with that. You should be out swimming. Somebody just go and say it's time for you to go swim, and I got Dad.
Mm.
If that's, then that should be, that could at least be Arthur and Sloan doing that.
Well, if they would be awake. And I could go swimming.
Well, I talked with Slofi that, he needs to be training because we don't know when his mission call is going to come. And so the worst thing that'll happen is he'd be in good shape for his mission. But he could go swimming in the morning first, then come back, and when he comes back, then you go. And then he goes to his work, and he can still get an afternoon training session.
Yeah, he's swimming after his work shift.
Yeah, he likes the swimming pool in Provo better. It's cold water, and I like the Springville when it's warm. But but he gets free use of all the equipment there in Provo, the rec center.
Oh yeah, you'd have to pay to
his duty, and then he can stay over and exercise himself. So that works out fine.
No, it'd be better for him to actually get in a training regimen where he swims at least 3 times in the morning. He should.
That's the best time for mom to exercise too.
Well, what I'm saying is, if Sloppy would get up if he realizes that's part of his training. So he gets up and goes 5:30 to 6:30, comes back, and then mom goes 7 to 9. And he'd already be up because that's part of his training.
Is that built into it?
Okay. Yeah.
So, but that would be no. What you're saying is you need to have them up. You need to have a reason to get up, or just simply that's an assignment. I need you up because I'm going swimming.
Well, Val, this morning I went to church and the 2 boys were here because the time schedule was different today because of the state conference at their state. And so they were here taking care of their grandpa while I was in church. And then after the 2 classes, I felt like I better come home and check on Dad. Just had this feeling I better get home, even though those 2 boys are there. When I came home, both boys were asleep. And I made a lot of noise and they still didn't wake up. And so I took care of some of Dad's needs and then started dinner. And before they even woke up. And I said, how can you tend Grandpa if you're both asleep? He said, well, we all sleep. Everybody sleeps on Sunday afternoon.
Here or on the couch or nearby, then that would be true.
So one was on the couch, but he didn't wake up. We had the boys come in and do the sacrament, and we were talking, and he stayed asleep until I finished getting dinner ready. Now, that's something that we need to work on. And so if they're asleep and I go swimming and Dad needs some help, I don't think they'd wake up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's their assignment, is to be awake. But if he went swimming in the morning, he would be awake. And then he'd have time. Because for his mission, he needs to getting into the routine would be very good. So if he had a routine, he went swimming in the morning, and he come, and then there would be a scripture study time while you go. And then he gets done, and then he's ready to go to work. But he has a regular routine of getting him ready for being on the mission.
Hey, we've got to cut this off. So maybe we can continue either on the Google document or in email if we feel like any of
You need to share that document with me.
Yeah, does everybody have access to that?
I don't. I just check.
Oh.
Thank you, Nate, for setting this up.
Well, thank you, Val. He did the technical side of it.
Can I make one more suggestion of a way that we can use Mom and Dad a little more for their wisdom and their teaching is that if we could organize maybe having family home meetings over here with them. And set up a schedule that we can have, that we can take turns coming over for family night. So that they can get a lesson for us.
Doesn't work for the young thing. It doesn't work for Brandon very well.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Okay,
All right,
we'll
see ya.
I love you, Val.
Bye.
Hi, Maya.
Hey Val, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Hey, do you ever
Like
talk?
Philippi.
Oh, good. You ever talk to Arthur?
Whenever I go visit with Grandma and Grandpa, I do.
All
I would
right.
check in on him, see who he's dating, how work is, how school is, all that good stuff.
Okay, because he needs good aunties to talk to.
He doing okay?
Oh, I don't. He never talks to me. You know, when he was on his mission, he had to write to me. I get sometimes it was one sentence. So capital letter and a period. That was all I get for the week.
Oh, that's naughty.
But
Yeah,
there's
no,
a
go ahead.
there's a girl out here that likes him, and
Oh.
she's a nutritionalist. You know, educated for the ward likes her, and she's she's straightforward. Because she goes to the States every year. I think she's from Utah. And when she came out here, she felt like this is where she needed to be, but she just said, "There's no guys out here." I said, "Well, why don't you go
with Arthur?"
Well, I told her, "Why don't you go visit Arthur when you get to the States?" She goes, "He's not interested."
What?
She liked him when he was here, and he wasn't interested. I don't
Tell her
know.
to put on a pair of glasses and to talk Star Wars with him, and then he'll be hooked.
Okay. All right. But anyway, you just keep talking to him, keep guiding him.
You bet. We do have him, like, whenever I have a work event and I need babysitters, I always have him come and help. He's always
Okay.
about that. And then he can earn some money. Last time we did that, he brought a girl with him. But then a couple weeks later, he says, "Oh, she already has another boyfriend." And it's like, "Oh, that's sad. She's a cute girl."
He gives up too easy. He forgets he's got a brown belt in judo. Just go find that guy and beat him up.
Come on, dude, get a little fight in you. Fight for these girls.
Yeah, that's anyway. So Slofi, we have a lot less concerned about him.
Sophie's a pretty confident kid.
Yeah, he's the one. I don't know if I told you. The girls would come over here to the house and ask for Ashley, and Ashley, your friends are. That's not my friend. I'm here to see Slofi.
They're here for Solovi. That's baloney.
So
yeah, we need to
yeah,
get Carter and Solofi to do a double date before he leaves.
Are those two hanging out together?
Not much. Carter's just been so busy with basketball and with school that he doesn't have a whole lot of free time.
Oh.
But basketball season will end the end of this month. But then Carter got a job, so I don't know what that schedule's going to look like. But we need to get them together.
Well, get Slofi out and watch one of the basketball games.
Oh.
Slofi likes basketball.
I'll tell him. I need to text him and just let him know. But his next game is at 8 in the morning on Saturday.
Let's see if Slofi's off work at that time. Well, Slofi tried out for the basketball team and he didn't make it. And that's why he went into swimming.
Oh. Well, I'll send him a text and let him know about the game because it's Saturday. And if he can make it, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we have a basketball court here outside our house. Here, can you let me show you before you take off.
Do you use it? You go out and shoot some hoops?
Not me. That was for Slofi. Now we don't have anybody using it.
Hey, so what's the latest on your kids?
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And see, the weather's fine. We can play anytime.
Move in there. It's too cold here. This is silly.
Yeah. Well, what was your question?
I said, what's the latest with your kids? And how much do you play?
You know what? Here's my request. Is that Donald Trump take every single person that works for USCIS, the Immigration Service, and the Homeland Security and fire every one of them.
He probably could. Just send him that request. He's doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I hope he'd do that because that'd really make me happy. No, right now the thing that's holding us up is whether Sudian and I have been charged with child abuse.
What?
You know, it's a felony. Yeah, so they have the background check from Saipan. They have a letter from our Department of Youth Services, the Youth Protection Division, wrote a letter that we're clear and that they did an investigation on us. and we paid $170 for a biometrics test, and they're still not satisfied. They want me to go to every state that I've lived in since 18 years old.
Oh my
So
gosh.
because I was in the Navy, after 18, all those states I lived in, I have to go to each state and get a clearance.
Stop. That's ridiculous. Whose law is that?
That's, well, if it wasn't for Obama, those kids would have been here a long time ago. He's the one that changed the law and made it difficult for us.
Wow.
So,
Hopefully
we got
Trump
new
will
sheriff in
fix
town.
that.
Hopefully we'll get the kids here. But
Yeah.
Utah was the first one to give me the clearance. They're the fastest.
So you have submitted like these requests to all the states that you've lived in?
Yep, and Utah's the only one I've got one back from so far.
So how many states are there?
Well, there's Utah, Washington, Virginia, Connecticut, and Hawaii.
Wow.
So I'm still waiting for those others to come in. But yeah, that's where we are.
Wow.
But we really hope, I mean, Kamwasi's 6 years old. We need to get him in school.
Yeah. He's not going to school?
No, they might be, they asked for some documents. They might be getting him in school there in Pohnpei. But right now he's not. But
Wow.
we'll put him in kindergarten next. The kindergarten, actually, it should work out real well because I wrote a grant for an immersion language. And so we'll put him and so the immersion language would be Carolinian. Those are the navigators. But no, the class, we got a lot of money. Because it's a pilot. And so his class will only be, it's a maximum of 10 students. And I already have him in. We have 2 students already registered.
You just got to get him to Saipan.
Just got to get him to Saipan. But yeah, 10 students and a teacher, and she's one of the best teachers that I've worked with, and she has a teacher aide.
Awesome.
And there's a project director. And the principal's behind it. So and so the community's going to be there. We're just going to give these kids everything because we have to have them more successful than the other kids. Because when that program works, then we can tell the other schools that they need to do it.
Yeah.
So
are they learning English? Do they know English at all, or how do you communicate?
Well, our kids, they're learning. They could speak. They're fluent in Giddibas, and now they're almost fluent in Pohnpei, and they can understand a little bit of English.
Oh
So when he comes here, we'll add Carolinian onto it. So he'll be English, Carolinian, Pohnpei, and Giddibas.
Little smarty pants.
He'll be a real wise guy. But no, the class will have plenty of English. But the Carolinians all going to be hands-on. It'll be music and dancing and crafts. Listening to stories. It has to be all hands-on because none of the kids will be able to speak that language.
Right.
But they'll be fluent in English, but they'll have English that'll be the first 120 minutes every day.
So would it be different on getting the kids quicker if you were in the States, or does that even make a difference at all?
Well, if I lived there, we looked at that, but to see, in the States, I still have to get a home study, and a home study requires that I have a job because they need to come and look at my house and look at my income because they're not going to allow children or immigrants to come in and be a burden.
Right.
And so you bring them in because you say I can support them. But if I don't have a job and I don't have a house, I can't prove that I can support them.
So do they make it so you have to have a job and a house for a certain amount of time, like if you were to move, to show that you...
That's what they would be looking at. They want to see that the kids are coming into a stable home.
Environment.
So yeah, moving to the States, if I had lived in the States, then we could have done it. But it was a combination of being here in Saipan and them coming from Giddibas. Those 2 things, then Obama changing the law. Because otherwise people have brought children here before he changed the law. And yeah, we could have if it hadn't been changed.
That's too bad.
And hopefully, Utah's done. Once I get these other states, that may be the last thing, and then we'll be able to bring them.
Well, hopefully you hear from them soon. That's a pain. Have to do all that paperwork and I mean, this is taking a long time.
Yeah, and I need an excuse for Camille to come out here with that little granddaughter of hers so she can be friends with Dixie.
I'm sure Camille would be happy to do that. Okay, I have to head out.
Okay, me too. Love you. Thanks for giving me the time.
All right. Love you, Val.
Bye.